All right, this is a complete tips and tricks for the OnePlus 12. First thing you want to do is press and hold on your home screen, and you have a bunch of things down here that we can go into. For instance, we can change our wallpapers, and you have a bunch of wallpapers to choose from. You have live wallpapers. These ones move, and when you're done, just hit apply. You also have some static ones that do not move, so just choose the wallpaper that you want. We'll just choose this one, for instance. We'll hit apply, and we'll do it for the home and lock screens. And then when we go home, you can see I now have a new wallpaper. Press and hold again, and you have icons. This is where you can change the look of your icons. So if you want, you can set up so that they are bigger or smaller, however you want them. And then you hit apply. You can do designed icons for third-party apps if you want. You can customize things on here, so you can change the shape if you want. You can make them rounder or not, and then when you're done, hit apply. So you do have some control on that. Widgets, this is how you can add widgets. If you want to add a widget, all you're going to do is the following. You're going to choose one that you want. We'll just say I want this one from Bond, so I'm going to press and hold it, drag it to a page or a place that I want it, and there you go. It's set now. If I was logged into it, it would work, but otherwise it just goes right there. So that's how you can add a widget. Then you got layout next. This one's cool. So this will allow you to change your icon layout to be bigger or smaller. And when you're done, just hit apply. The last one, or actually not even the last one, transitions. This will be, and it shows you exactly what it does. You can choose, and it'll give you a different look to the way your phone looks when it goes through those transitions. And then last one is more. And this is where, if you want, you can have a standard mode. If you go to standard mode, all your apps will be on the home screen. So if I hit apply right here, I'm going to hit switch real quick. It's going to apply it. And basically all my apps are going to be on my home screens, so that when I swipe up, it just brings me back home. So it's like an iPhone. So if you're used to coming from an iPhone and you love that layout, that will allow you to do that. I am not a fan of that, so I like having the drawer mode. But when I hit drawer mode, you can add any apps to home screen. I like this. When you download new apps, they automatically get added to your home screen. If you don't like that, turn it off. I'm gonna hit apply real quick. I'm gonna hit switch because I had just changed it. And then we're gonna go back in here again and go into more. And what we got here next is we could already showed you how to change the home screen layout. We could do that. You also have the icon pull down gesture, open apps on the home screen with one hand. So you can see, you can swipe upward on the left or the right side of the screen to pull down app icons without lifting your finger. Continue swiping to an icon and release to open the app. So if you wanted to have that, all you do is just turn it on right there. Go back. Next, you have a couple of things in here. We have global search. You can turn that on or off. So when you search for things, it'll search for basically everything on your phone. I like that. Lock your home screen layout. Turn this on if you have older folks and they're always moving their icons. Turn that on for them. Icon autofill. This is like what the iPhone does. It's like if you turn that on, your app icons will be in complete order and just be instructed. They'll be all really structured. I don't like that, so I turn that off. Double tap to lock. You can double tap on an empty space on the home screen to lock the screen. Just double tap the screen to lock it. Swipe down on home screen. I like seeing the notification drawer, but you can have either the shelf or global search. I would keep it at notification drawer. Just basically when you swipe down on the home screen, it'll show that. App animation speed, adjust the speed of app startup and closing. I like it to be fast. I want this phone to feel fast, so I kept it at fast. Raise to wake. When it's on the lock screen, it'll wake up the screen. Double tap to wake or turn off the screen when you're on the lock screen. That's what this is basically right here. Bam, bam, bam. There you guys go. And that should be, all this other stuff is probably already on. Prevent mistouch, that should be good. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go down to home, and we're gonna go into the call app. So open that up, hit the three dots in the top right, go to settings, and caller ID and spam. I would do this. I would turn these two things on, see caller ID and spam, turn those on, and also turn on filter spam calls. It's gonna filter all that stuff. You don't have to worry about it. The next one you want on is blocked numbers. If you wanna come in here and you wanna block any of these numbers, you're able to. So you can block those numbers just by coming in here. You can hit add number, type in the number and hit block. or you can remove a number if you blocked it, or you can block calls from unidentified callers automatically. So if their number doesn't come up, it'll block them out. That's always a nice little setting to have. You have calling accounts. This is where you can go into more settings. If you turn this on, when you get a call, the camera will flash and blink for incoming calls when the screen is locked. I like that one. Going back in here, you also have your display options, so you can sort that. Not really that important. Quick responses, this is cool. When you get a call, you'll have a little button that pops up saying, hey, you can text this person. This is where all that stuff comes from. You can even click on it and change it if you want. You can even go, I think this is where you add, you can reset. I guess you can't add any here, so that's okay, but that's still, you can at least change them. Go down to caller ID announcement. If you want to announce the caller ID, their name, you can do always or only when using a headset, or never. So I know some people love that, so that's where you can do that. And the last one's flip to silence. You turn that on to silence an incoming call. Place your phone flat down on the phone. So if you have that on and you turn it like this, it's gonna automatically stop the call from ringing. Now that we're back on the home screen, let's swipe down from the top here. And if you want, you can do some things in here, such as you can hit these three dots in the top right and you can do edit tiles. And you can remove some of these, like say you didn't want something, just hit the red line and it will go away. But if you want to add something to up here, you can do that as well. Like maybe I want my personal hotspot to be there. Maybe I want my mute notifications right there. So basically, and then when you're done, just hit the back button. And if you want, you can see I have those now, and you can even go in here and hit edit tiles. You can move these around too. So if I want this to be like on the first page, I just press and hold it, and then drag it to where I want. Maybe I want it to be right there. And then when I'm done, just hit the back button and it's right there. So you have control over those as well. You can also, when you see these things up here, you can press and hold and go into them really quick, like flashlight. If I press and hold on it, it turns it on. But if you press and hold in Wi-Fi, it'll actually bring you into Wi-Fi. You can do that with Bluetooth. So really helpful stuff. Swipe down one more time here. And if you hit the three dots, go into media output. This is where you can switch, say the sound's playing through your speaker that you have connected and you want to choose something else. It would show up right here like a Bluetooth device or something like that. You can tap it and the audio will route, instead of playing through these speakers, will play through that Bluetooth device, or instead of playing through the Bluetooth device, you can send it back to these speakers. Going back here, we're going to swipe down from the top, going into that gear. And at this point, we can search for any setting we want at the top here. If you can't find it, just search for it. So say if you're searching for hotspot, I don't even know if hotspot will come up. There you go, brings up hotspot. You can just tap into it and it brings me into it. It's a really quick way to search for anything and everything on here. I love searching on with Android right there. Now that we're back into settings, the next one you want to go into is sounds and vibrations. And in here, this is where you can kind of turn off some of these sounds, turn off media sounds in silent mode, vibrate and ring if you want to choose that. You can also control any of your volumes as well. You can choose your different ringtones, just tap on it and you have a bunch of different ringtones to choose from. You even have aquamophoric themes, whatever that is. You have notification sounds you can choose that are different. You can go into more sounds, and I always turn this stuff off. I don't need to hear tones for when I dial or lock the screen or delete sound or anything like that, so I turn all of those off. I think that's pretty helpful for that. Dolby Atmos, you definitely want to turn this on. This is going to give you better sound just in general, so turn that on. Spatial audio, that adds depth and dimension to sound. This is pretty cool. You can listen to it. So you can do fixed or head tracking. You can check it to see if you like it. So it's pretty cool to choose that and try that out. Same thing with holo sound. You can turn that on or off or set it to auto. Very cool. Audio sounds, I should say. Haptics, you get an idea. I put the system haptics on. This has some crazy system haptics. You can choose gentle or crisp and control the intensity if you want, but the haptics are amazing on this phone. Probably the best maybe on an Android phone that I've personally felt. Next, we have notification bar and status. So you can see how your notifications will come out. You can tap on these to see which notifications. If you'll get notification, you turn them on and off for the lock screen. You got your banner, you can turn that on or off, and you can turn them on and off for certain apps if you want them to be off. You also have your app icons. You'll get little dots. You can turn those on and off or have badge numbers. It depends what you want. You can choose it all within here. Very, very customizable, which is cool. You have smart notification hiding if you want. Basically, you can see it's the content of banner notifications will be hidden when the front camera detects someone other than you is looking at your phone. So pretty smart. It won't show like, so if like your wife's using your phone and it knows it's not you, it's not gonna put up any notifications. You can go to more settings, so it's really smart. And you can go in here and look at your notification history. So you tap on that and it'll show your notification history of anything you got. Next, under settings, you want to go into display and brightness. This is where you can change it from light mode or dark mode. You can even schedule things if you want, like for sunrise to sunset would be good. Control your brightness right here. Set it to auto brightness. I usually have it set to auto brightness, but for this video, I have it turned off. Screen color mode. I love my colors vivid, so I set it to vivid, but if you want a more natural look, just tap it. You can also do this pro mode. And you can even set your colors and things yourself if you want. At the bottom there, you have the natural tone display. So basically adapts the screen to ambient lighting conditions for inconsistent colors in any environment. So if you turn that on, it'll take effect. If you need to make your fonts and your display sizes bigger because it's hard for you to see, you can do that. Hit apply. Same thing with the display size if you want. You have your image. I turn all this stuff on. It's basically just supposedly video enhancement. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? Pretty cool stuff. The auto screen off, I set that to 2 minutes. I think that's the perfect amount of time. Screen resolution, set that to high, 3168 by 1440. It's set by, I think, by default to auto select. Change it to this. Get the most that you can out of it. Why not? The other thing you want in here is your refresh rate, which is, where's that refresh rate? Where'd they put that on me? Oh, there you go. It's going to be set to auto select. Set it to high, so it's always running at 120. It'll just be smarter about it and really fast with it. Back to the main screen of settings, go into security and privacy, and you can check for any updates that you have for security and privacy. It'll check, and if you do, you can download those. Very nice. You also have your device unlock, which allows you to do a screen pattern or face and fingerprint unlock. And if you have face unlock, we'll put that in. Let me just put my code. A couple things. Screen unlock, I'd have it work. I'd have it do it for app locks as well. And you can just do it to app lock setting. I don't have it set up, but you could turn that on if you had it. Private safe, and if you have it set up, you can use it. I don't like this brighten screen and dim location. This is gonna burn your eyes at nighttime. Don't do that. Enter home screen right after unlocking. Turn that on. When this unlocks, you want it to go right into your home screen. Require eyes to be open if you want. I turn that off. I don't need that. But you also have your fingerprint. So on your fingerprint, you have the similar things. You can also add another fingerprint. You can do quick launch. So if I do quick launch, it will allow me to do certain things on here, such as open certain apps, and I can edit that and add something else if I want, or a function. So it's cool. The other thing is fingerprint animation. So you can change it. So the way your fingerprint looks, maybe you want fireworks. So when I do my fingerprint, you can see it does a little firework. It's pretty cool. You can change that. Going back, we're next going to go into the back here, and we're going to go into battery. When you go into battery, you can come in and you can check your battery health to see how healthy your maximum capacity is, kind of like an iPhone. The older the phone gets, the more the battery capacity will go down. You can turn on smart charging to slow down battery aging if you want, or stop charging at 80%. Turn all that stuff on if you're trying to prolong the battery life. You can come in here and turn on reverse wireless charging. If you do that and you turn it on right here, you just flip the phone down and you can put a device on the back here and it will wirelessly charge. Pretty cool stuff. More settings. High performance mode. If you want the absolute best performance from your phone, turn this on, but it will use more battery life. Go back. Next, go to special features. Split view, you can display 2 apps at once for easier multitasking. If you turn this on, you can do swipe 3 fingers up for split view. So if I open up like the Play Store and I do 3 fingers, whoops. Where is it going? There we go. You can open up 2 apps here. So I'll just open up YouTube Music, and there you go. I got 2 apps open now really easily. You can swipe one up. So that's how you can easily multitask. Go back. Flexible, won't get more done with floating windows if you want. I'm not a huge fan of these, but you can do floating windows if you want. And it shows you some of the settings you can turn on and off. Quick return. Go back to an app, tap a tile to go back to an app in full screen or floating window. Quick launch. I already showed you that earlier. Smart sidebar, I would turn this on. When you turn this on, you have this little bar over here that will show up, and it has apps in there that you can easily load up, and you can bring apps over. So like maybe I want like Chrome to be here. When I'm done, I can hit that, and I can bring these over, and I can just tap it, and it will open up the window if I want. I can even make it full screen. So pretty cool. And you can even multitask that way as well. If you swipe over and you're like, you know what, I want to look at my file. So press and hold it and then drag it to the top or the bottom. And now I have multi-window. So that's a nice little thing to have. Swipe that up, go to settings. If you have kids, you can turn on kid mode and select apps for your kid so that when they use this, it'll only be seeing those apps, kind of safe for a kid. Simple mode, if you want bigger text and simpler modes, like an older person, maybe they just love the phone, but they want it to be real simple, turn this on for them. Next, under settings, we have additional settings, and there's tons of stuff in here. If you want to change that to the buttons, like the old school buttons like you did back in the day, that's how you do it. Or you can go to gestures and hit cancel. I don't care about learning the gestures. You can hide that bar down the bottom, which I did, or you can see it if you want. You can vibrate on back notification or turn that off. Gestures need 2 swipes to take effect in some full screen apps. You can turn that on or off. You can change the amount of sensitivity that this has for those back touches. You have your gestures and motions. You can see when the screen is off, use specified gestures on the screen for quick. So if the screen's off, you can like draw a circle to open up the camera if you turn that on. I'm not really a big fan of these. They're kind of hokey, but if you want to, you're able to do that. You can even do some other ones and they'll do other things as well. Raise to wake, I like that. I keep that one on. Lift to ear to answer your calls. If you want to just put this up to your ear, it'll answer the call when the call is ringing. Go to power button next. This one's important. I would have double tap set to camera, and I would have the press and hold the button for the power menu. Change it to that. So basically what that means is when you double press this, it goes into the camera no matter which screen you're on. When you press and hold it, it'll go to the power menu. So you can restart your phone or power it off. Schedule power on and off. If you like to have your phone scheduled to turn on and off, you can set a little schedule here. Just make sure if you wanted to turn back on, you have a scheduled power on as well. So power off before and then power on afterwards. You can do certain days or every day, it's up to you. Next, go to about device and click here, and this will be checking for any system updates that you have, and it'll download and install them. You can also see the specs of your phone. It says here 512 gig, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 5400 milliamp battery. Next, go into your camera, go into video, and you want to click on this and you can change the resolution for your camera, 4K or up to 8K, up to 60 frames per second. Switch it to this one and do the same thing, set it to 4K. I would do it at 4K 30. That's like the sweet spot for this camera. And then we also have, if you hit that gear, you have settings on here. I would turn the watermark off. I don't think it's important to see that it's a Hasselblad camera. So I would turn that off. I would turn shutter sound off so people didn't hear me at all. I would have the shooting methods, so I can tap anywhere in the viewfinder to take a photo if I should say. Tap to capture, show your palm. It'll make it easier to take some photos. Touch and hold your shutter button to either record video, take burst shots. I would set it to record video. That's much more pleasing and smarter. And there you guys go. Those are all my tips and tricks that I have for the OnePlus 12. If you want to pick this up, it's linked down below. It's a fantastic phone. You will be very, very happy with this phone. It's fast, it's got a good camera. It's just a great phone in general. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and we'll see you down the road.